Hello, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. We are live again for another big night of Under-21 Championship football. It's another quarter-final. Last night, England surprising everyone, to be honest, and knocking Spain out. Really, really good performance from Lee Carsley's men. And England now through to the semi-final. They play Netherlands on the 25th, which we will be live for as well. That is scheduled. So yes, we've got England against the Netherlands semi-final coming up. We've got two games tonight for you. Two games. It's going to be Denmark against France, which is what we're watching right now. And then as soon as that finishes, it's Germany against Italy. If I'm dead honest, I thought coming into this final round of fixtures in the quarterfinals, I thought we would see Portugal beat the Netherlands. 10 men Netherlands as well won that one. I thought Spain would beat England just today, and Spain won it again. England won it again. So I am a little bit unsure, I guess, of what to make of tonight's games. Germany would be the team I would have gone for, but inevitably I've not got a great track record with these. And I would probably say the same with this one as well. I've had a bit of a feeling that Denmark are the dark horse of this tournament. I think Osula, Conrad Harder up front have not been massively impressed by France. And I think Denmark have got a real chance in this one. A real chance. So it's going to be an intriguing game. Before we get stuck in, of course, as always, we want to say a big thank you. I want to say a big thank you to Match Bingo, our sponsors on Premier League Dad. They are sponsoring every single live stream that we do on this channel. And if you haven't checked Match Bingo out, I would strongly suggest going and having a look. They're a fantastic new app. And not only are they a fantastic new app, they are giving all Premier League Dad new account holders on Premier League Dad. They're giving all new account holders. If you deposit £5, you set up an account, you get £10 free. So you've got 15 quid to play with on Match Bingo. If you go and click the link on or you can scan the QR code, which is on the screen right now, or you can click the link in my description, and it'll take you through to the App Store where you can download the app on the special link and do all that sort of stuff. But go and check it out. It's a wonderful combination of all the things we love about a bet on the football and all the things you might like about a fun and exciting game of bingo. You buy a bingo card for a game like this one, Denmark against France, and you'll get a bingo card that says 15 random events on it that can take place during the game, and they may be things like a corner to Denmark, or a free kick to France, or a throw in to France, or a goal in the between the 20th minute and the 40th minute, or something like that. It could be anything, don't know, but you get 15 random events, and you get prizes for a line, prizes for 2 lines, and prizes for a full house. So it's a really good way to sort of make the game a little bit more exciting. If you like, a little bit of a fun little flutter on the football, then it's worth a go. You can win yourself a small fortune, over 200 grand of prize money paid out to Match Bingo customers across the UK, over 10,000 players across the UK as well, and growing very quickly. So a massive thank you to Match Bingo again for sponsoring the channel. And with that said, let's get stuck into the lineups. Machina Joe, good to see you, Machina Joe. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. Hopefully it's a bit better in Oz than it is in the UK today, because it's pretty shocking in the UK, if I'm dead honest. It's piddling it down today. Yeah, it's raining really heavily. Still a little bit muggy, but we need that because it's been so hot for days and days. But now today it's done nothing but rain. So yeah. Right, let's get a look at the lineups. 1 second, let's go through the lineups. Lineups. Here we go. The lineups. Where are you? Okay. Right. Today's game, Under-21's Denmark against France. We have Youngdahl in goal, Gay, Christensen, Provsgaard and Back at the back. Fraulo, Nati and Sorensen. Noah Nati in midfield from Bromby. He is one to watch. He's done really well. And then up front, it's Jensen, Bischoff and Osula. No Conrad Harder. Where is Harder? Where is he? He's on the bench. Why have they left? They've left Harder. They've left Boving. They've left Hoyland, Yeller, Kvistgarden. Why have Denmark left so many good players on the bench? What is going on here? For France, it's Restes in goal, Merlin on the left, Lukaber, who is very well liked by Liverpool. He is one to watch. Castello Lukaber is looked at, he's been scouted by Liverpool for that potential centre-back spot. So Merlan on the left, Lukeba and Matsima at the back, Doucouré on the right. And that same midfield again, Lepenant, Cisse and Lucien Agoum from Sevilla. And then a front three of Le Marcal, Tell and Audebert, the two Spurs players, Tell and Audebert up front. So yeah, there's still some other great players on the bench with France as well. I mean, the likes of Chauna, Tierno Barry. Tierno Barry is linked with Everton very, very heavily. Apparently £40 million. Everton are about to buy Tierno Barry. And he's on the bench tonight for the French. As well as Matthijs Abline. He didn't have a great game last week. Sildilia, Ceze, Chauna, as I said. Mawissa. That's probably it, to be honest, for France's side. But honestly, I'm very surprised. No Kvistgarden, no Harder, no Boving, no Yellert as well. But very, very surprising. Those are the players I really would have thought would have started tonight. Very, very surprising. Okay. And we're about 15 minutes or so away from kickoff. About 15 minutes or so. Let me know what you're thinking. Caleb, what channel is it on? It's on Channel 4, Caleb. Yeah, it's on Channel 4. You can watch it. All both games are on Channel 4 tonight. You can watch Channel 4 for the first game, which is obviously Denmark and France. And then straight after that is Germany, Italy. Both are on Channel 4. And it's Jermaine Defoe and Joe Cole in the studio. I don't know. I have to say, Joe Cole is not well liked or not fondly remembered by Liverpool fans like me from his time at the club. Rolled to the final. There you go. England and Netherlands. Winner of tonight's game plays the winner of Germany-Italy later on. So it could be France-Germany, England-Netherlands in the semi-finals maybe. They'd be the two favourites, wouldn't they? And then maybe an England-Germany. Maybe an England-Germany in the final. What do we think to that? England-Germany in the under-21 semi-final. Or under-21's final, rather. Caleb, what are you having for dinner tonight? What am I having for dinner tonight? Oh, I am... The wife is making me, downstairs, some sweet and sour stir-fry concoction. I don't know. Some sort of... I think there's pork in it, maybe. Sweet and sour pork, maybe, with stir-fry. It smells nice. But yeah, that's what I'm having. I'm having whatever. Basically, there's a gap in between the streams. So I've got this game, and then as soon as this game finishes, we've got Germany and Italy. But there's maybe a half an hour gap. And in that half an hour, I've got to go and have something to eat. So I'm literally walking downstairs, and whatever's there, that's what I'm having. But I think it's sweet and sour pork. I love any stir fry. Stir fry's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, really, really nice. Okay, and we need to be talking about a few other things, obviously, football-wise. It feels like there's loads and loads of news happened in the last 24 hours. Transfer rumour-wise, it feels like there's been movement on a lot of different players. Obviously, the move for Verts is now complete. Apparently, Kirkes is all pretty much wrapped up from a Liverpool perspective. For Manchester United, there still seems to be Brian Mbeumo on the horizon. Whether or not he is now leaning to Spurs, we aren't really sure. But the big news I wanted to talk to people about is Marcus Rashford basically saying that he wants to go and play with Lamine Yamal. What do we think to that? Marcus Rashford going playing with Lamine Yamal. I mean, do we think is that not like just kind of saying I'd love to go and, I don't know, have a date with Margot Robbie? That's nice. Great, whatever works for you. But yeah, I'm not sure Rashford's going to go to Barcelona anytime soon. I'd be very, very surprised if he did. I love any stir fry. Sorry, evening all. Good to see you, Jake. How's it going? Nad, LFC, Rashford is finished. Cheers, Jake. United Kingdom, your favourite team and player. My favourite team is Liverpool. My favourite player, I don't know, you know. I still always go back to Gerrard, but I loved Suarez. I loved Fowler. Daniel Bergby, do you think Brentford will go down? Do I think Brentford will go down? No, I don't think they will. I think they might struggle, though. If they sell Wisser, they sell on Burmo. They're going to struggle, aren't they? Yeah, definitely going to struggle. Jake, War Eddie will sort Rashford out. Yeah, I think that is a good move for him, you know. Newcastle. You can get him up to Newcastle. That is a very good move. Very smart move. Asula starting tonight as well, Jake. Asula's up front. No Conrad Harder. It's Jensen, Asula and Bischoff up front. So, looking forward to seeing your new number 9 next season. Asula. Tayan, give me a player for an edit. Asula. We're talking about him. Asula. William Asula. He's got 3 goals and 2 assists at the 2025 Under 2021's European Championships. 3-star Reds, Anthony Elanga, cash plus player swap deal. Newcastle are offering Harvey Barnes. Oh, I don't like that. I think that's a much better deal for Newcastle than it is for you lads. But I mean, I do think they'd benefit from getting Harvey Barnes off their payroll, and yeah, he wouldn't do too bad for Forest. But that is a downgrade. That is definitely a downgrade. Depends on how much money. Like, honestly, I think you should be looking at 30 million plus Harvey Barnes for Elanga. At least 30. At the very least 30. At the very, very least. Favourite ever Liverpool shirt. It's a green one. I pretty much show it on every stream, mate. Everyone asks that question, and whenever they do, I get the shirt. I show them the shirt that I'm talking about. It's the green one from Liverpool's away season. I think it was 97, about 1997. It's got like a white stripe across the front. Very, very nice. RFC and Newcastle Army. Good to see you, mate. How's it going? Nad LFC, where do you think Osimhen will end up? Osimhen, probably Saudi. I actually thought he would go to Chelsea, but ultimately not. Secret account, could Nuno Mendes win the Ballon d'Or? No, fullbacks don't win the Ballon d'Or. Same reason Trent won't. Jihadi John, did you cry when Gerrard slipped? I didn't cry, no, but it was very upsetting. It was very upsetting. Jakey should get minutes next season, Asula, especially if Isak gets groin issues again. Oh, no. Daniel, the Carlsberg green kit. Yeah, green, but it was like green and navy blue. Green and navy blue with white piping. Like a dark green with like a blue collar as well. If you look at when Titi Kamara scored the winner for Liverpool against Arsenal at Highbury, you can see it. That's the kit we played in. Jake, I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans have been hit with the realisation Isak isn't joining today. I know it's too late for you, Kee. You've already backtracked too much. Like I said, I'm not saying he is joining. I am saying that if he pushes, he'll move. If he doesn't push, then he won't move. And if he doesn't join, then the honest answer is he probably didn't push. He didn't push. Carlsberg green should be a colour. Machina Joe, I hated the green one. The yellow Liverpool, Arsenal and Everton away shirts have all been good over the years. There's been some... I mean, Everton have gone pink recently, haven't they? Everton keep going for pink away kits. Arsenal have had some very good yellow ones, yeah. Yeah, some good yellow away kits for Arsenal and Liverpool. 3-star Reds, Forest saying 50, 60 million for Elanga, so I agree. 30 plus Barnes may match that valuation. I think you may even look at more than that, honestly. Barnes isn't a player, if I'm really honest, mate, Barnes isn't a player that I think Forest would have targeted otherwise. He feels like a squad player. He's not someone that pushes Forest forward. Secret account, Nuno Mendes is better than Trent. Mendes can score and was crucial for Portugal and PSG this season. Yeah, but it's only one season, isn't it? It's only one season. Doesn't mean enough. You've got to do it across a number of seasons to be Ballon d'Or worthy. And as good a player as he isn't better than Trent. Daniel, favourite away grounds. What would be my favourite away grounds actually? Old Trafford. Mo Trafford, because he scores there every time. Yeah, I like Old Trafford. I like going to Old Trafford. We've had some big wins at Old Trafford. I've been blessed to see Liverpool win some many games at Old Trafford, funnily enough. I've seen us lose a few as well, Old Trafford's a good away ground. The Millennium Stadium as well. I've seen Liverpool do well at the Millennium Stadium quite a few times. Jake, you said if we get Champions League, he isn't joining, but you did change that a week after. No, I said if you don't get Champions League, it's likely that he probably leaves. I think if he didn't get Champions League, he probably would have left. That's what I said. When you did get Champions League, I said, well, he might still leave, to be honest. I think he would have definitely left if he didn't qualify. And I still think that now. But I said that I think if you don't qualify, I think he leaves. If you do qualify, he might still, but he'll need to push. And that's the problem. I don't think he pushes. Jeremy, Duke of Belgium, did you see what happened to Coach Wall? No, I didn't. Jake Curtin, that Liverpool echo, have had you on strings. King Matty, no Isaac to Liverpool. Mate, it's happening. It's happening. At some point, it's happening. It's absolutely happening. Jake, no, you got way too excited about those Liverpool fan pages on social media. You can't tell me different. 3-star Reds. Oh, sorry, we've done that one. Machina Joe, yellow. Juventus is a nice one also. Juventus have some great kits, yeah. Juventus definitely do have some fantastic kits. Right, are Denmark in the white here or the red? What's going on? What is going on? I might need to change the background here because I've gone red and white. That's what I thought Denmark would be in, the old red and white classic. Brandon Yates, who do England play? They play the Netherlands on the 25th at 5 p.m. We're going to be live for it. So yeah, if you go to YouTube, you can subscribe, you can find out. We've got the full schedule on there, but Netherlands are playing England in the semi-final. So that's the next match in the semi-finals anyway in this competition. Oh no, they are wearing red, it's fine. Provsgaard. I'm surprised. Honestly, there's loads of players been dropped for this. I wonder, do you think maybe the clubs have a bit of a say in who actually plays in these tournaments? Like they are a big tournament, of course they're a big tournament, but there's not a lot of money in them. And it feels like maybe the clubs who own these players almost are saying to the nations, listen, we'll release them for this under-21s tournament, but you are to treat it like it's a pre-season. Like, for example, we're not having him all playing 90 minutes, like, throughout the full tournament. I'm not having it. You need to drop players, you need to rest players, because it's bizarre, you know. Every single game I've noticed this. That in big games, even knockout games, they're dropping key players. They're changing key players. Like, why on earth would Conrad Harder not be starting for Denmark tonight? Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. Brandon Yates, yes bro, hate that some players left for the Club World Cup. McAtee, the only proper one. Oshie, what's your favourite team? Liverpool, Oshie. How are you on this day, brother? Plenty of Liverpool fans on the channel. Also plenty of other fans as well, by the way. We've got lots of United fans, lots of City fans, lots of Newcastle fans, Coventry fans, Plymouth fans, Romanians. We've got all sorts on this channel. Absolutely loads of just football fans. That's what unites us, innit? Just football fans. Brandon, congrats on the Premier League. Hope Chelsea can do better next season. How did you feel about Chelsea's performances in the Club World Cup? Haven't been so good so far, have they? Yeah. Oshie, are you excited for Wirtz? Yeah, very excited for him. He's a really, really talented player. Obviously, we need to see exactly where he fits in. I think he probably starts off the left where Diaz normally plays. I would imagine Diaz goes. So I think we're probably going to see Wirtz start on the left and drift in, the same way we see Salah do it on the right. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. But we're off here now. We're underway, 5 p.m. It's live on Channel 4, this, by the way. If you want to watch it along with us, get on Channel 4 in the UK. I don't know what other channels it might be on elsewhere around the world, but you can watch it on Channel 4. I think you can you watch it on UEFA.tv? I'm not sure, but you can certainly watch it on Channel 4. Brandon, terrible against Flamengo. Jackson is terrible and Delap ain't the solution. Do you think Osimhen could be? Osimhen, we was asked about him before on the channel. Maybe Osimhen could be. He seems like a Chelsea player, doesn't he? Right, France already picking the ball up in decent positions here. Be yourself, Dylan. Hi, just got back from rehearsals. I'm performing in Leeds and London in July. What are you doing, Dylan? What performing in... Oh, my God. Dylan. Oh, my God. How did I not... Do you know what? Dylan, I've been talking to you for however long on this channel. And I've never thought to, like, click on your profile. I've never thought to click on your profile and, like, take a look at what you do or any of that. Mate, I love your stuff. I love your stuff. I am, honestly, that's amazing. I am absolutely amazed. That's you. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Go and check Dylan out. He's absolutely brilliant, anyone on the channel. He's absolutely sound. I love your stuff. Every time, to be honest, my missus does as well. Every time we've been scrolling along on TikTok and stuff. That's so cool. I didn't know you watched. I'm really amazed by that. Brandon Yates, I'd take him over the other two donkeys. Jaden Thompson, Will Asula. Yeah, he's starting today, Will Asula. He's starting. That is super, super cool that we've got... Oh, no. Keep it in. Unlucky. Denmark pushing forward here. Got a good chance early on. Logan, yo, what team do you support? Logan, I am a Liverpool fan. Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. Who do you support, Logan? Let me know who you support. Name an Oxford player for an edit. Cameron Brannigan. Cameron Brannigan. Is he still at Oxford? Ex-Liverpool. Cheers, JM Edits. Why are South American teams doing so well? Maybe it's the, I guess the unexpected factor. You know, just sort of nobody really knows what to expect from them. There's a lot of players a lot of those teams wouldn't have scouted. And there's some talent in there. There's definitely some talent in South America. But, yeah, maybe not as pushed, I guess. Sir, do you have Pakistan cricket? No, I don't. I know what you're getting at, though. It's very smart. It's very clever of you, that. It's very clever. Yo, Machina Joe. The agents have a big say. Screw where the fuck? Oh, God. Where is Wydad Juventus? It's a World Cup, not like this. Mate, we're not watching Wydad against Juventus. Come on. We're not watching Wydad against Juventus. TV's clubs have a lot to say. Jorgensen is with Chelsea and couldn't go. Also, Froholt refused. TV Osula, 3 goals, 2 assists so far. Yeah, very good. Machina Joe, this has been a youth tournament. Postecoglou won under 17s and under 20s Oceania Championship with Australia against Fiji, Samoa, Cook Islands, Tonga, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands and New Zealand. Well, we all know what absolute titans those are of the game. Ostermark, they care more about the Club World Cup than the European teams, it looks like. Yeah, that's true. Deleted. I've seen the most typical comment is that Europe has the money, but South America has the talent. Listen, there is some good players in South America, just that inevitably, when you are a good player, you do tend to, I guess, follow the money. I mean, Franco Mastantuono, look at him, one of the best young talents at River Plate. He's gone to Real Madrid. He's only played for him for a couple of seasons in the first team. Not that many games. all of a sudden, 45 million, he's off to Madrid. So, and I imagine that is just what happens now. Yeah, it's sad. JM Edit's thoughts on Sunderland, one of my favourite teams to watch in the Championship last year. But if I'm really honest, mate, I think you're going to struggle. I'm interested to see what happens with Enzo Lefebvre and you know what Regis Lebris does. I mean, there's some great players in there, really good young talent. Mayenda, Rig, Ballard, obviously. Dan Neil's in there doing really, really well. What happens with Isidore? Can he adapt to the Premier League? Feels like you've got a lot of good players in there, but you need a little bit more in this window, I think. And Bellingham, I don't think Bellingham actually proves to be that big of a loss for you. I think you can adapt without Bellingham, but you do need a little bit more to be Premier League ready. Otherwise, I think I'd probably worry about that. Deleted. I've seen the most. I've done that one. Sorry. Yeah, Bura. You're not all that funny, are you, mate? Normal Guy, what up? Good to see you, Normal Guy. How's it going? Machina Joe, that's why Australia left the Oceania Confederation for Asia. No competition whatsoever. Asia is better. Okay. LFC Fan 200. Triantis is staying at Hibs from Sunderland, I think. I didn't even know he was at Hibs, to be honest. Spencer Richardson, score do you think this game will finish? I think there's going to be goals in this. I don't know why. I mean, the opening 7 minutes hasn't really suggested goals. It's been all right, but it's not been. There's not been any clear-cut chances, but I do think we want to get a couple of goals at least. So I'll go 2-1, and I fancy Denmark for some reason. It's a corner to Denmark here. France are the obvious favourites. Denmark would be a total upset. But if we see Harder, if we see, quite a few of the other talented players on the bench come on, Kvistgarden and things like that, we might be able to. I think Denmark could spring a shock. They could spring a shock. Normal Guy, I'm good. How about you? Yeah, mate, I'm really good. Thank you. Really good. Looking forward to another big day of footy. Be yourself, Dylan. Great win for England yesterday. It was, wasn't it? A fantastic win. Denmark with a chance. Cleared away by France. Yeah, and very surprising win as well. Really surprising. 3-1. The penalty at the end was a bit. Well, it wasn't contentious, but I don't think he touched him, did he? Kind of went down. He was already on the way down. But, yeah. No, it was good. Yeah, I thought it was a really good game, that, Dylan. Ostermog, Kwanzaa sale confirmed. What do you think? Smart move for Liverpool. And did you know we've put a buyback clause in there? That's the really interesting thing I think about that. We've got 30 million plus another 5 based on appearances and success. Plus, we've got a buyback clause. I think it's 50 million in year 2. Or is it 50 million in year 1, 60 million in year 2? But we can get him. We can get him back if he ends up being a very, very good centre back out there. We can buy him back for like 50 million quid, which is again not bad. If Van Dijk goes and obviously Kwanzaa starts kicking on and being one of the best centre backs in Europe, 50 million quid's peanuts, isn't it, for Liverpool? JM Edits, was it the 21s or the 19s? This one is the 21s. Yesterday was the 19s. Oh, sorry, yesterday was the 21s as well for England. Machina Joe, I'm not watching it. Are there any... Joe. Come on, Joe. You know I can't answer that. But yes, there are. Tyson, is there a pen shootout for this game? Betting sites has an option for qualify. Yes, yes, there is an option. It's the knockout stages, obviously. So yeah, there is opportunity for a penalty shootout and extra time and all that. So to be honest, like most people who are backing this would go to qualify. What a save! Oh, France should be 1-0 up. What an absolutely unbelievable save. That was a fantastic save from Youngdahl. Unbelievable. Machina Joe, yes, count them. Oh, mate. Don't be starting bringing that to this channel. Bloody hell. It's the last thing we need. Andrew Wright, do you feel like Liverpool can dominate? I think we can. Yeah, we can. We can. Yeah, I think we can. I think we can. I think it's whether or not we are able to hang on to certain players. Because ultimately that is going to be the problem for Liverpool. We need to make sure that we're hanging on to the right players. And getting rid of the ones that we need to get rid of as well. Spencer Richardson, what a save. It was an incredible save, yeah. Maureen, are you watching Real Madrid tonight? No, we're not watching Real Madrid tonight. We had a vote on this last night, Maureen, on YouTube. And on YouTube, everyone voted, and basically the outcome of the vote was that they would rather watch Germany against Italy under 21s. That was the voting option, and that is what we went with. So we're not watching Real Madrid tonight. Tyson Kidd, how do you feel about USA soccer? Kind of embarrassing. I don't know what to think right now. Feels like the USA, I'm not sure Pochettino's got them in maybe the right sort of setup, I guess. It feels like, I mean, how did they get on? They played, was it Haiti they played last night? I've not actually checked the score of that one. No, they didn't play Haiti last night. They're playing Haiti. Is it tonight they're playing Haiti? Yes, they're playing Haiti tonight. So, yeah, it feels like they've got the bones of a very, very good team, haven't they? They've got the bones of a very, very good team. You look at that. Tillman is someone I really, really like. Obviously, they've still got the Perisic's of the world, but it feels like they really need to... Perisic. Why have I said Perisic? Pulisic. Not Perisic. Pulisic. They play tonight. Yeah, it's at midnight tonight here in the UK. It feels like you've got the bones of a good side in with the US, but it just feels like maybe Pochettino hasn't quite worked out what to do with them yet. And maybe it's because he's so new to it. How long's he been in the team? How long's he been coach? Andrew, still don't know. Oh, sorry, the Saudi game was so slouchy. Who did he play before Saudi? Was it Jamaica? It was Jamaica, wasn't it? Was it Jamaica? Played really well, either way. But I remember you played a couple of games, you've had the wins. But the thing is, USA should be winning the Gold Cup. Absolutely should be winning the Gold Cup. Andrew, still don't know if we get a striker. They might see no value, which puts more pressure on Salah and Vert. Yeah, I was going to say, I think you're probably right on that, Andrew. It's whether or not we look at it and go, are we better keeping Núñez, or should we try and push and get Isak or Alvarez, or do we roll the dice on someone like Ekatike and hope that they're better? I think the only ones, in my opinion anyway, the only definite improvements on Darwin Núñez is Isak and Alvarez. They're the only ones I would look at and go, yeah, certain improvement. Govind, hello, bro. I'm so happy for you. I see you when your YouTube watching is 1 to 2, and now it's around 20. Keep growing, bro. Full love and support. I am Govind from India. Do you remember? Of course I remember you, Govind. Yes. Great to see you. Good to have you back on the channel, mate. And very, very nice of you to comment. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Who is your favourite Liverpool player? Favourite Liverpool player right now would probably be... I like Alisson. I can't deny I like Alisson. I'm my favourite Liverpool player of all time. Maybe Gerrard. Maybe Fowler. Maybe Suarez. Maybe Coutinho. I don't know. I have too many. Manny on the map. Good win for England yesterday. 3-1. Yeah, very, very good. Logan, Wales are better. Yeah, no, it was a great win, that, wasn't it, for England under 21s, putting them in the semi-final. We're going to be watching them against Wales. That's you, that same Wales. Against the Netherlands on the 25th. So, yeah, we'll be live for that one. Make sure you've gone on YouTube, click the notifications bell and subscribe. If you're going to be sticking around with us for future watch-alongs, we're doing all of the under-21s championships. We've also got tomorrow, by the way, I forgot to tell you, we've got the under-19s championship semi-finals. Some very, very big games in the under-19s championship semi-finals. Spain against Germany is one, and Netherlands against Romania is the other. So, some really, really good games in that to come tomorrow night. If you're watching them, make sure you get over to YouTube, and we'll be doing both watch-alongs tomorrow. JM Edit's thoughts on Verts' signing. Good. Yeah, really good. Really talented player. I think there's a lot of talk, obviously, about the fee, but I'm not overly concerned by the fee, if I'm really honest. The fee is kind of the going rate for a good player nowadays, isn't it? You have to pay about that. He's less than Paul Pogba. I keep making that comparison because United paid massive money for Paul Pogba. That's about the same. Oh my God, off the bar. What a goal that would have been. Denmark absolutely smashing it from about 40 yards out. That was unbelievable. Who was that? Noah Narty. I said Noah Narty was one to watch. The young Bromby midfielder. Absolutely brilliant. Picked it up. And he just smashes this. Straight down the centre of the goal. Keeper doesn't get a touch on it. Restes. Does he leave it, actually, Restes? I think he misjudges this, Because he jumps and it kind of lets it go, but it smashes the bar. That's incredible. How does he leave that? Oh, that's bizarre. That is absolutely bizarre. Unreal. Crossbar, says Spencer Richardson. Yeah, no kidding. Unbelievable, that. Jaden, what channel is it on? It's on channel 4, Jaden. Ethan, evening, Ethan. How's it going? Anything after 5 p.m? I say evening, as you should. Absolutely, yeah. Good to have you on the channel, mate. How's it going? Martin, SGE 79, Eintracht Frankfurt, my club. What do you think about Hugo Ekitike? Do you think he could make it in the Premier League? Martin's Oldham and Eintracht Frankfurt. Well, we've done quite a lot of both of those teams on this channel. We do watch-alongs of teams all over the world on this channel. At least one watch-along every single day. We watched Oldham against Southend in the playoff final. That is still, to this day, the most watched live watch-along we've done on this channel. It was huge. We had thousands and thousands of people watching us. It was brilliant. And yeah, we did Frankfurt against, was it Freiburg or Stutt? It was Freiburg, wasn't it, on the last day? Frankfurt and Freiburg on the last day. So yeah. Denmark, what a goal! 1-0 to the Danes. I said there'd be a goal coming from this young man. And there you go, it's 1-0. It's 1-0 to Denmark. What a finish this is. What an absolute finish. It's rolled across the face of the... Do you know what it's a lot like? It's a lot like the goal that Palace scored in the FA Cup final. A little bit in terms of where it happens in the pitch. The ball gets rolled across the face of goal, but it's at the edge of the box. It's at the edge of the box. It's almost trickling along the edge of the 18-yard box white line. And it's an absolute screamer from Bischoff. He just curls it, smashes it straight into the top corner, off the roof of the net. Restes, absolutely no chance. And would you believe, we've said it numerous times, as soon as the cameraman, he pans straight to the crowd, to the most beautiful women in the crowd. That's what this cat... Every single time, I feel like it's in the job description of cameramen at European Championships, at World Cups. It doesn't matter what major tournament it is. As soon as there is a goal, they nearly always just go and pan to it. Maybe they're just absolute pervos who are just stood looking at women in the crowd all day, and then they go, right, then as soon as there's a goal, straight on them. It's what happens all the time, honestly, every single time. Lisha, will you do World Cup watch-alongs? Yes, we'll do World Cup watch-alongs next year, for sure, yeah. Looking forward to that as well. Spencer Richardson, what a goal. JM Edits, did you watch the Championship playoff final? Yep, we did. We did. France are in here. Might be 1-1. Cleared away. Unlucky. Denmark get it away. Denmark get it away. Christian, Barcelona or Real Madrid? Barcelona or Real Madrid? Barcelona or Real Madrid? I would lean towards Barcelona, but if I'm really honest, I don't like either. Don't like either. I much prefer Real Betis or Villarreal. Probably Betis. I prefer Betis. Suman Danua, France. Well, it's Denmark 1, France 0 as it stands. Welshie, Cardiff or Swansea? I'd say Cardiff, because Robbie Fowler played for you, even only briefly. And I know you didn't love him, but he's my hero. So Robbie Fowler, so I would say Cardiff. Yeah, I'd say Cardiff. JM Edits, Sunderland or Newcastle. Oh, I like both. But I think I would probably... I would have said Newcastle up until them being taken over, and now it kind of feels like the fans are a bit more annoying than usual. No offence, Jake, we love Jake, but a little bit more annoying. So I would say Sunderland if I had to pick one. If you were saying guns, you know, fingers in the drawer sort of thing, who you picking? I'd probably pick Sunderland. The big gift shop, any Spurs transfer news? I mean, there's a little bit about Eze this morning. Apparently, Spurs have agreed or are close to agreeing personal terms with Eze, and then they need to work on an agreement with Palace. Whether or not Palace are able to work something out with Spurs, but that'd be a good signing, wouldn't it? Ebre Eze to Spurs. Feels like they're overwhelmed with like creative attacking midfielders though. Madison, Kulusevski, Eze. Like, there's a lot of players there that they just, I'm not sure, did they need any more? Chris Warner, anyone in this game to keep an eye on, mate? There's a lot. There's a lot to keep an eye on. I would say, I mean, certainly William Asula is one for Denmark. He plays for Newcastle. He's the centre forward. I would say a lot of the annoying thing is a lot of the good Denmark players are on the bench. There's Noah Narty, who's 19 years of age. He plays for Brøndby. Very, very good player. Back, maybe. Back is not a bad player as well at the back. Back at the back. B-A-K, he's okay. But I would say on the bench, Kvistgarden, Conrad Harder, they're the ones for Denmark. For France, I mean, there's loads. I think you've got to look at Luke Haber at centre-back. Liverpool are all over him at the minute. Liverpool want him to replace Canate, potentially. Plays for RB Leipzig. Restes, the goalkeeper, he's done well in France for a number of years. He's thought of as maybe the next number one, the next logical number one for France. Certainly got the frame and the build and the look of a good goalkeeper. So, yeah, maybe Restes is another one to look out for. Who else would I say for France? Lepenant's not been all that good. I've been a bit disappointed with Lepenant. The Corey at right back, he's not a bad player. He plays for Strasbourg. He could end up at Chelsea then, given that he plays for the multi-club model. Well, she deserves a follow, Bluebirds. Jake Curtin, I get it, mate. Can't stand Newcastle having players like Isak. The big gift shop, Levy wouldn't spend that money. Do you think? Lisha, watch out for that kid. He's been linked to Aston Villa and Rennes. Which one? Bischoff or Narty? There's quite a few good players as well in... Bischoff, right, sorry. Welcome to Milan. Tell, not a bad player, but I'm not entirely sure I would call him one to look out for. I think Audebert has been better for France. Certainly in this tournament anyway. Audebert has been incredible. So I would have maybe said Audebert. Not sure he's like a top wide player just yet, but he's one to watch, yeah. Tell, I think I'm still making my mind up on Tell. JM Edits, Singo to Sunderland. He's been linked. Singo to Sunderland. It wouldn't be a bad one. Yeah, wouldn't be a bad one. Chimey, hey Key, hey chat, sorry I'm late. Had to empty the tank, if you know what I mean. What have I missed? You have missed an absolute wonder strike, Chimey, from Bischoff of Denmark to put the Danes 1-0 up, and France are in. Should have been 1-1. Could still be 1-1. Oh, big deflection. It's gone behind for a corner. This has been a great start to the game. 25 minutes in. I told you we'd get goals. It's 1-0 to Denmark, but France are pushing for that equalizer. This is intense. Absolutely intense. Great shot there. And do you know what? That is a great block. And I think it's from... Is it back again? I think it is back. He gets a flick on it. Right, ball whipped in from France. Over to the far side. Cleared away. Lovely, lovely floated ball in. And it's going to be a goal kick to Denmark. Gail Clichy is the France Under-21's assistant manager as well. Juventus 2, Wydad 1 in the Club World Cup, by the way. Forgot to tell you. We'll keep you updated on those games that are going on. There's no way we're watching Juventus, though. 2-1 up. Real Madrid tonight. There's also Salzburg and Al Hilal. Early hours game this morning was River Plate against Pachuca, wasn't it? 0-0 that one finished. Joe, is Asula playing? Yeah, Asula's playing. He started. I imagine at some point he'll, I don't know, maybe drift wide or Harder will come on, but yeah, he's not had too many options or too many games today, too many chances today. Dream Chasers boss, yes mate, Ryan Hardy, guy who plays for Plymouth, has gone to Wrexham. Not a bad signing, to be fair. Ryan Hardy. Okay, yeah, not a bad one. Coming back up, back into the Championship. Jake, what's the deal with Gay Key? Thought he was signing, but read last night he wants to be a guaranteed starter. River Plate v Monterrey. Sorry, I meant Monterrey. You're right, sorry. But it's Real Madrid Pachuca tonight, isn't it? Sorry. Ben, which game tonight, mate? We're watching Germany under-21s against Italy under-21s. It was a straight-up choice between that and Real Madrid against Pachuca. Chimey, I have France to win on my slip. How are they doing? Well, they're pushing to get back into this. They're certainly pushing to get back into this. Big opportunity there. Le Marechal got away and Proscard drags him down. It's going to be a yellow card. Denmark have taken the lead, but if I'm really honest, yeah, France have been doing all the pushing in the last 10 minutes to get back into this. So there's more goals in this game, I am certain of it. We've had the crossbar's been rattled. We've had a deflected shot that just went inches wide. It's all going well. Max Lickvar 7-0. Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you too. Thank you very much. JM Edits, what's the criteria to get in the Club World Cup and how have Liverpool not been picked? Liverpool haven't been picked because we hadn't won the Champions League, and that is how it's determined. It was 2 teams from each nation, and it was the last 2 who had won the Champions League. So it was Chelsea and City. That's how it was done based on this tournament. Footy Tipster, it was a decent game actually for a 0-0. All right, nice. Well, that's good. I'm glad. It was. I know there was a red card in it, but that's all I really know. A lot of the best games, in the tournament, have been low scoring. I think some of Bayern Munich was 10-0. I thought it was dreadful to watch. Sorry, Jake. Yeah, Gay. Do I know what's happening? Gay. I don't know what's happening. I don't know anything any more than the average person, I guess. But what I would say is that it's unsurprising that in a World Cup year, Mark Gay would want some sort of a reassurance over playing time. Now, I think if he comes to Liverpool, he would get regular starts. I don't think he would be the starter, but I think he would be coming in to compete with Ibrahima Konate. I actually think what's happening is Liverpool have set a deadline to Ibrahima Konate. I think they've set a deadline. I think they've said to him, listen, we want you to sign a new contract at the club. If you don't sign a new contract at the club, we are going to sign this fella and you are going to be on the bench in a World Cup year for France. If you don't sign a new contract, that's what's going to happen. If you do sign a new contract, we might still sign him, but we'll do so on the understanding that he's coming in to compete with you. Because I think Gay is still a Liverpool target, whatever happens with that. But I think there's maybe a little bit of leverage going on. Just a little bit of playing the game and letting him know that, look, we can kind of make this difficult for you and you can kind of play the game with us, or you can play silly beggars and try and leave the club on a free, as Trent did, in which case we're going to make your life very, very difficult over the next 12 months. Will Sergio Ramos for Monterrey then? Yeah, Sergio Ramos, is it for Monterrey or is it Pachuca he plays for? I know it's one of the Mexican teams. But he scored the other night, didn't he, Ramos? I saw he scored. JM Edits, what about other European teams? I think it was based on their coefficient rating. And yeah, how they performed in Europe. So I think it was based on that effectively. Monterrey, I'm sure it is. It probably is. Yeah, it probably is. This is better from France, but Denmark just about winning the second balls. Good play. Fullback knocks it long up the pitch for Denmark. And Asula's having to do a lot of this, I've got to say. He's having to do a lot of that sort of lone striker, you know, hustle and bustle, make himself big, hold the ball up. He's having to do a lot of that. He's doing it relatively well, I guess, so far, but he's competing with two big lads there at the back at France. But Whistle and Lekeba, they're not going to be bullied around. So he's finding it quite difficult, but he's doing it manfully, given that he's up there on his own, effectively. France with the ball in, cleared away. Cleared away. Will, Kee, do you like watching cricket or not? Not really, mate. No, I'm not really a cricket kind of guy. To be honest, you know me. I'm sad. I only watch this. I don't watch anything. I have no interest in any other sport. Formula 1, rugby. Rugby league, I don't mind. I can watch it. But I don't mind darts occasionally. I have to be in maybe a bit of the mood for darts. But for the most part, any other sport, F1, golf, cricket, I find it very, very dull. But hey, to each their own, whatever works for you. You know, different strokes for different folks and all that. Lisha, who do you think is the best young player in England right now? The best young player in England? Well, I would say based on the under-21s so far, I would say the best young player is Ethan Nwaneri. Yeah, Ethan Nwaneri. I know he's not done much this tournament. He's been starting on the bench, bizarrely. Do you know, and I do wonder that. I do wonder why we have Ethan Nwaneri, who has broken records for Arsenal in the Premier League this season. He's gone up to the under-21s and he's starting most games from the bench. And he's, you know, he's losing out, not to like other top players, by the way. He's behind like McAtee, who he's only just started getting a few little games here and there for City. Harvey Elliott, again, the same, barely getting a kick at Liverpool. And Jonathan Rowe at Marseille, like he was at Norwich the other season. Like, how is Ethan Nwaneri not getting a kick in this team? And when I see that, I do start thinking, I wonder if it's something off the pitch. Is it training? Is it application? Is it you know, maybe attitude? Is it something that the managers just aren't liking about this kid? I don't know what it is, but like it's obviously it's happening at Arsenal as well. Why is Nwaneri not getting game time at Arsenal? Why is he now not getting at England under-21s? I would have thought he'd have been a certainty for it. Jake War, Tino, man. Tino's been okay. Yeah, he's been alright. Chimey, Cresswell's been phenomenal. I'll give you that. Cresswell has been one of the stars of the under-21 tournament, and it's nice. It is nice to see, because, you know, we've been talking about Cresswell again. Quite a few on this channel. We've had Leeds fans on this channel we was talking to about him. He was in a video that I mentioned in January. We were talking about players who Premier League teams should be eyeing up. Cresswell was one of those from Toulouse. He's had a wonderful season at Toulouse and he started the championships really, really well. But I agree. Charlie Cresswell, fantastic one. Will, fair enough. I'm watching the cricket. England versus India test match is very well poised, to be fair. Nice. Lisha loads with Max Dam, but Nwaneri's like England's Lamine Yamal, or he should be. He should be, but he just isn't getting a kick, is he? And you've got to ask yourself why that is. Got to ask yourself why that is. Joni, are you going to be watching any of the basketball tonight? No. No, Joni. That's not my thing. Not my thing. JM edits. Bellingham got called up, for England and went to the Club World Cup instead. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really. I'm not overly surprised by that. Matthew, Elliott is 2 times the player of Wanyeri. I think he's showing that he's 2 times the player now, but I'm not sure that I would say Elliott is... I don't think he's got the ceiling that Wanyeri has. Like, I think Wanyeri could be a lot better than Elliott. Right now, I think Elliott probably is better, but I would say... I really do. I really think that Wanyeri's got real potential to kick on and be kind of anything he wants to be. Whereas Harvey Elliott, I think he's limited a little bit by his size. Very, very talented player, don't get me wrong, but I think the absolute best that Harvey Elliott could be is maybe a James Maddison. Like, James Maddison for me is one of the best number 10s in the Prem. I think he's very underrated. But I think that's what Harvey Elliott could be. I think he could be like a Maddison, like a poor man's version of Cole Palmer, I guess. He could be that. That's probably all Harvey Elliott will ever be. Still a very good player. It's not no slight on him. I just don't think he's world class. Whereas I think if you look at Wanyeri, you look at him and you think, oh, do you know what? If he just applied himself, if he just maybe got on the right side of his manager at both club level and international level, maybe this kid could be another Saka, couldn't he? Could be another Saka. Joni, not often we get a game 7 in the finals. I don't even know what that means, Joni. I don't watch it at all, so I don't know what that means. Lisha, who do you think will get player of the tournament for the under-21s? Whoa, what a strike and what a save! What a save yet again. I tell you what, this goalkeeper now has made 2 absolute worldy saves. Unbelievable stuff, that. That is like the highest possible notch on the worldiometer. Youngdahl, who plays for Cremonense in Italy. I mean, he was at Westerlo in the Dutch league, in the Belgian league last year. But he was that was unbelievable. He's made 2 or 3 very, very good saves. Jake, Cresswell's overrated. I'd have Lewis Hall over Skelly as well. I'm sure you would. And what a surprise! You think Elliot Anderson's underrated as well. Abdelhadi Benar, Aller France. France are pushing forward now. Matthijs Tel has just had a very good opportunity, smashed goalwards on the volley, and Youngdahl with the save. Chimey, Elliott is fantastic. He reminds me more of John McGinn. John McGinn is a little bit... I think John McGinn's a little bit more of a central, like, workhorse midfielder. I don't think Elliott's anything like John McGinn, really, in that sense. John McGinn is the kind of player who you can put in a midfield 3 and he'll always work hard. He can tackle back. He can play the defensive side of the game really well. That's not Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott is starting wide right, have him drifting in, playing good balls into the box, maybe popping up in the box and getting a goal. He can score from distance. He's great on the ball, Harvey Elliott, but he's not blessed with pace. He isn't blessed with pace, whereas I think Wanyeri is. I don't know. Jake, another Saka. Don't listen to those Arsenal fans, Kate. Listen, believe me, I don't listen to Arsenal fans. We've got Reese on the channel. Reese knows I don't listen to him, but I am telling you, as a Liverpool fan, I do. I think Wanyeri has the talent to be maybe another Saka. Whether or not he realises that talent is completely up to him. But I think he does have the ability. Lisha, Tell connected that amazingly, but you didn't answer my last comment. What was your last comment? Oh, player of the tournament. I didn't, sorry. Who do I think will get player of the tournament? I mean, it depends, doesn't it? It's usually the team that goes furthest, and you can't really call it just yet. You can't really call it. Do you know what? I'll tell you something. It's much, much easier in the under-19s. In the under-19s championships, I think the player of the tournament is already done. It's already long decided. For me, it's Saeed El Mala of Germany. Saeed El Mala of Germany, I think, is player of the tournament in the under-19s. He plays for Cologne. I think he's got a big future in the game. He walks into it for me. For this one, it's a little bit more complex because I don't think there's been one standout player. So it might end up going to the team that goes furthest in it. Like, for England, I would say... I'll pick one for each. I think for England, it'd probably be Cresswell. I think Cresswell... Would it be Cresswell? Yeah, maybe Cresswell. I don't know if I'd just justify maybe Livramento. You've put Tino in my head there, Jake. Jake Elliott is a Gordon from Timu. He's not as fast as Gordon. Yeah, he's nowhere near as... He's a different kind of player. I actually think Elliott is far better on the ball than Anthony Gordon. But Gordon's probably... Well, he's got the better physical attributes. Jake, they was trying to big him up to replace Saka when he's injured. That's where you got that from. They was BSing themselves. Mate, I know, but he came in and did very, very well when Saka was out injured. He's a very, very good player. I'll tell you something. There's only Michael Owen and Wayne Rooney who have scored more goals in the Premier League than Ethan Nwaneri under the age of 18. Only those two. Michael Owen and Wayne Rooney. That is good company. That is very, very good company for Ethan Nwaneri. And it tells you maybe the trajectory of his career and where it could be. Tyson Kidd 99, does France lose this game? Well, they're certainly pushing. There's 5 minutes to half time. I think up to now, I'm not convinced that France get back into it. I do think there's more goals in this game, though. Denmark haven't threatened at all. They've sat back. They've defended deep. France have worked the keeper. The keeper's had to make 3 outstanding saves. Yeah, about 3 or 4 outstanding saves. Joe Hall is better than Skelly, though, not even biased. I don't know about that. John McGinn is Wijnaldum coded. I love John McGinn. Yeah, he's a good player. Jake, you really didn't want to say Tino. Poku is another one. Poku for the Netherlands. He scored the winner against Portugal yesterday. Unexpected. They were great yesterday, Portugal. They were great, Netherlands, yesterday. Tashjeed, how's it going, Tashjeed? Good to see you, mate. Who did you say for the under-19, his name? The under-19s is Saeed El Mala. Yeah, Saeed El Mala. Go and check it out. DN, Asula. Yeah, Asula's been decent in this tournament. Harder, I think, would be another one for Denmark. Tom, hello, what's good? Good to see you, Tom. How's it going? Got to go now, mate. Bye. No problem. France are in, and it's 1-1. There you go. There you go. It's 1-1. It's a great goal. Is it Cisse? Who scored it? Who scored it? Is it Cisse again? It is. It is. And Youngdahl couldn't do anything about it. Near post. Let's just watch this. Do you know what? I tell you something. This lad might have a good chance for it because... Oh, it is. Yeah, it's Cisse. Right, he is now up there, I think, for player of the tournament. Certainly for France, anyway. I think you're probably looking at... Yeah, there you go. That's maybe one of your stars of the show, Cisse. He's been very, very good. And I think that's his 3rd or maybe his 4th goal of the tournament. Let me have a look. But yeah, one to watch there. Cisse. 4th. It is his 4th. Is that his top? Is he top scorer then? He's not top scorer. He's joint top scorer. He's joint top scorer in the tournament now. From midfield as well. Yeah, from midfield. Plays for Rennes. Good player, Cisse. Hashman, this is a good game. It's a very, very good game. Yeah, Jake, Tino is getting bigged up a lot in the press. I like him, and Lewis Hall going under the radar because soon you'll all realise how good they are and try and nick them off us. Cisse's been a joke. Yeah, he's been different class, Cisse. He's here again. Ref gives a free kick. Yeah, look, Tino is very good, and I'm not denying that. I just don't know if he's like world class good. Very good young player, though. DN, I hope we loan Asula out next season and he becomes good. Depends what happens with Isak, as we keep seeing. Maybe Isak goes to Liverpool and Asula gains importance at Newcastle, especially if João Pedro comes in. Lisha, is he the son of that footballer? No, I don't think he is. No, I think Cisse is a fairly common name in France. So no, I don't think he's any relation. He's not any relation to Jibril Cisse anyway. He may be a relation to another Cisse, but there's been quite a few. Quite a few Cisses. Denmark are in down the left-hand side here. Shot. Big deflection. It's gone behind for a corner. We're into the last 10 seconds of the first half, you know. Joe, will you shut up about Isak? Why are you getting so aggy about it, mate? We're going to sign Isak. Liverpool are going to sign Isak. It's happening. It's happening. It's coming. We're just waiting for him to push. That's what it is. We're just waiting for him to tell you that he wants to leave. Denmark with a flick on. Oh, straight across the face of goal. And France get it away. And that's going to be half-time. Ref's blown up for half-time now. Wow. What a first half that was. What a first half indeed. Denmark 1, France 1. I told you there'd be goals in this one. Couple of fantastic goals as well. Bischoff with the first. An absolute rasper from the edge of the area. And then Cisse picking the ball up. Almost shades of Paul Pogba. And I'm not a massive Paul Pogba fan, but shades of Paul Pogba at Juventus. Picking the ball up, gliding through the midfield. Just too quick, too tall, too strong for everyone around him. Drops the shoulder, ducks inside, gets beyond the last line of the defence and just slots it inside the near post past Youngdahl, who's had a very good goal-keeping performance for Denmark. Robbie, why would Isak want to leave when he has UEFA Champions League football at Newcastle? I mean, I would guess because he wants to win things, mate. He wants to win things. That'd be it. Isak will never leave this season. Maybe next, but not this. 100% can't afford him. No, I think it depends whether or not Isak pushes for it. Do you know what I mean? He's going to have to push. I keep saying this. I don't want to be boring to some, but people are asking. I think Isak needs to push, and I think he wants to push. I think he needs to go to Newcastle at some point and say, look, I want to leave. And if he does that, Liverpool will buy him. Because it'll take him to do that for the price tag to come down. If he doesn't push, Newcastle can say it's 150 million. And Liverpool will just go, yeah, it's fine. We're not paying that. It's fine. Isak wants to leave. He wants to leave. I'm telling you, he wants to win things. He wants to win things. He wants to go and challenge for the biggest honours. You're a long time retired, right? And the best players in the world, of which Isak is one of the best strikers in the world, he wants to challenge for the Premier League. He wants to challenge for the Champions League. He ain't going to do that at Newcastle. He isn't going to do any of that at Newcastle. At the absolute best, if he stays one more year at Newcastle, what's the absolute best he can achieve? In one more year, what's the best he can achieve next season? Maybe they finish 5th again. Maybe they reach the quarters of the Champions League. If he pushes, he comes to Liverpool, he might win the lot. They might win the quadruple next year. That's what we're talking about. That's the difference. If he goes to Newcastle's board and he says, listen, I'm off, I want to go, then Liverpool will be like, oh, fine, yeah, 120. 120, let's do it. 120. Or maybe 70 plus Jota. 70 plus Jota. Or maybe 20 plus Elliott and Jota. There you are. 20 and Elliott and Jota. You can have them. Stephen Kane, Luis Suarez at Barcelona. Unbelievable. Lisha, why exactly are you not a fan of Pogba? I just think he was overrated. Yeah, I think he was overrated. As soon as he went to United, he was a bit of a show pony, wasn't he? All step-overs, loads of flicks, but just never had any substance. Never had any sort of substance for the fee that he was brought in for. I think Pogba's a little bit like... There's a lot of players who fall into this category, but Pogba, he felt like he had a lot of... built up a lot. Big PR machine behind him, but actually not that good. So I guess I would say that. He was never ever justifying the transfer fees that he went for. I don't think he was ever any good once he left Juventus, and he hasn't really kicked the ball at the highest level in however many years He's just overrated, I think. Massively overrated. But looked a great player. That's what I'm saying. That's why I compared him to him, because he was young and he's French and he's a central midfielder. So there's the shades of Pogba there, isn't there? But beyond that, I don't think there's an awful lot really with Pogba. DN, he doesn't want Liverpool because he would have pushed towards the Liverpool transfer. Well, there's still time for that, mate. We're still in June. There's another 2 months before that can happen. If Newcastle were going to sell him, then it's very, very likely what would happen is Newcastle would go out and get João Pedro, right? They'd go out and get João Pedro. They'd probably maybe keep hold of William Asula, because he's having a good tournament, isn't he? Asula stays, João Pedro comes in, Isak can go. They've then got 2 centre-forwards for one centre-forward position. That makes sense. And they'll go and spend the money the same way Spurs did, by the way. The same way Spurs did. Spurs sold Gareth Bale, and what did they do? They said to Real Madrid, let's agree the deal. They agreed the deal, and then Daniel Levy and I think Harry Redknapp, whoever it was in charge at the time, they went and spent a fortune on Soldado and Lamella and Paulinho and whoever else they bought in that big summer window. And then as soon as all those deals were done, when everyone was like, whoa, why are Spurs signing all these players? They signed them all, and then Bale went. It's the same thing will happen with Isak. Exactly the same thing. Joe, search up Isak interview on Twitter. It will tell you something different, pal. Yeah, well, what he says and what he does are 2 entirely different things. Isak has won a cup at Newcastle against Liverpool. Yeah, he did, and he played really well. He deserved to win it. But what I'm saying is that there's a difference between the League Cup. No one wants to win the League Cup, really, do they? Top teams, top players don't care about the League Cup. You're not showing your grandkids the League Cup medal. You're not showing them that. You're showing them the Champions League and the Premier League. That's what the best players in the world aspire to. Umpteen League Cup medals at Anfield. Umpteen. Cleaner uses them to wipe the bins with. There's no problem. It's the Champions Leagues and the Premier Leagues. That's what Isak is chasing. DN, I mean, the club valued him at 200 million and we won't let him go for anything under 150. Well, again, you're saying that, but that what they say and what they do means 2 different things. As soon as Isak says, I want to leave, boom, they have to sell him. They have to sell him. Absolutely have to. Jake, if Isak goes, someone else will come in. Newcastle want 3 strikers. Gavs, is it happening? Or are you just praying for it too? And no, I don't know if it is actually happening. Like I say, it's going to take Isak to push. If Isak pushes, it'll happen. If he doesn't push, then it won't happen. Liverpool aren't going to pay 150 million. They're not going to pay it. 120 we probably will. And I think if Isak pushes, then they'll go to 120. They will go to 120. Gav, why would Newcastle want Jota? He's always injured, bro. Mate, Jota's fantastic. He's one of the best around. Maybe Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott. You could take Curtis, to be honest. You could take Curtis. Ben, Lewis Holtby, another Spurs signed in that summer of wasting the Bale money. But they did, exactly. This is the thing. That's exactly what happened. Spurs said all summer, Bale isn't for sale. He's going nowhere. Every time Bale was asked, he said, no, I'm not going anywhere. It's up to the clubs. They've got to decide, blah, blah, blah. Spurs were going out signing all these players. All Spurs fans were saying, yeah, we're going to sign him and we're going to keep Bale and we're going to be challenging for the title. Then all of a sudden, Bale goes. And why? Because Spurs didn't want to be able to say or they didn't want the clubs who they were going in and buying these players, they didn't want them to say, well, you've just had 120 million from Real Madrid, so we know you've got loads of money to spend. So therefore, all the prices go up. Jake can't have Asula as backup. He's good, but raw. We struggled so much last season, and we know we need to keep Isak, but get him and Asula support. Jake, I tell you why Newcastle won't sell for 120, because they won't get Champions League without Isak. That's 100 million there. It's Neymar money or it's a fantasy. Listen, you're saying you won't get 120, you won't get Champions League without Isak. But I disagree. I think there is a way that if Newcastle managed to get themselves 120 million, or maybe 100 million or plus someone else, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a world where Newcastle could be a better team without Isak if you sold him and you replaced him with 3 or 4 players. It's very, very doable. Very, very doable. King Sloth went Anfield today, came back to my car, and it's on bricks. Can you ask your fans to give them back, please? Listen, Liverpool aren't winning any quadruple, Key lad. Listen, it's on. It's on. More chance of United winning the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup than LFC winning the quadruple. United aren't winning nothing. They're not winning the sausage yet again. Dan, up Donegal. DN, our owners are well smarter than Eddie Howe is smarter than any other owners and managers. What makes you say that? Cheers, King Sloth. Thank you for that, mate. Isaac Kurd, when he won, he was in tears. I know, because he knew he was leaving. He knew he was leaving. That's what it was. Andrew, my price was 150. Newcastle can spend 300 million. Honestly, I think there is a world. If you look at Newcastle's squad, right? Newcastle's squad is very, very poor beyond the first 11, right? They've not got a lot of quality beyond the first 11. I think if they sold Isaac and they signed maybe 3 or 4 players in his position, overall that team becomes better. Seriously, are you telling me that if they sold Isaac and they went out and bought Elanga, let's say they bought Elanga and Gibbs-White for roughly the same price, you aren't telling me that Elanga and Gibbs-White don't improve Newcastle more than Isaac? There's no way, absolutely no way. Elanga and Gibbs-White make Newcastle a better side. Especially if they add João Pedro in there, or they add whoever, another centre-forward in. But using that Isaac money makes them a much better team. Far better team. DN, Isaac will stay this season and leave to go to Barca for 180 next season, I think. See, that's fantasy. That is fantasy. 9, Ilias, which young players do you think are going to shine in pre-season for us? For who? Which is the us? I don't know which team you support. DN, we will be underdogs next year and challenge for the Prem. Oh no, you're not saying that, are you? You're saying Newcastle are going to challenge for the Prem. Mate, you are so miles off it. You are miles off it. Absolutely miles off it. Honestly, there's at least 8 players, minimum 8, that Newcastle would need before they're challenging for the Prem. You've got Dan Burn and Shah. Dan Burn and Shah at centre-back. You're not challenging for the Prem. It ain't happening. Gav, Liverpool won't get Isaac for 120. It would have to be 150 at least. I think you'd be surprised. I think you'd be very surprised. Again, and we'll only find this out if Isaac pushes. If Isaac doesn't push, it doesn't happen. I am certain of that. It doesn't happen if he doesn't push. But if he pushes, and that's what I think he's waiting on, I think he's saying to Liverpool now, listen, I don't want to go out there and hand a transfer request into Newcastle and then be left carrying the can. You know, I am breaking my relationship with the club, with the supporters. If I go and hand a transfer request in so that you can get a better price, I need you to give me an assertion, like an absolute reassurance, that you're coming in with the cash to get me out of that club. Because he's basically handing his notice. It's like you handing your notice in at your job. It's like you handing your notice in at your job and then having to stay there for another 9 months with a boss that hates you because he knows you wanted to leave to a direct competitor, maybe. You know, you'd be well annoyed, and I think that's what he's doing. There's a little bit of timing going on between Liverpool and Isaac, just to say, go and tell him, go and tell him you want to go. King Sloth, I've just listened to our CEO, and they think 2 signings are going to make everyone scared. Delusional. Joe, you're miles off it, mate. Typical Liverpool fan loves getting what they want. What do you mean loves getting what they want, mate? We had years where we weren't. We had years where we were getting no... In fact, we have been the paupers of the Premier League for many, many years. This is literally the first time in years where we've spent any... Look at the top 10 signings in the Premier League. We've had one in it just now. This is it. We've had nobody. We're all over the place. We've never had anyone like signing big players. That's not us. That's your Chelseas, your Cities, your Uniteds. We are the guys who we shouldn't be up there by all rights. We shouldn't be up there. Fernie, problem is there's just not many top tier 20 plus goal strikers about these days. That's a valid point. And this is why I said I think Liverpool are going to be quite relaxed about the situation. Because I think we've got Darwin Núñez there. I'm not certain that there is an upgrade on Darwin Núñez other than Alvarez and Isak. If we sign Alvarez and Isak, or one of those two, sorry, not both of them, obviously. But if we signed either of those, that's a definite upgrade on Núñez. It's worth doing. if we're looking at Ekatike or Sesko or, heaven forbid, Gyökeres. Don't want Gyökeres. Osimhen, maybe. Any of those, I think, is a massive upgrade. Do you know what? Here we go. Answer me this. If Liverpool came in and signed Isak for 120 million, right? That's the fee I'm saying. You're saying higher. I say 120. I reckon that's what it'd end up being. If Newcastle then went and got Gyökeres for 60 million and got Elanga for 60, you're telling me they're not a better side? I think they're a better side. They're a better side overall. For sure they are. Absolutely. Miles better. Isak will push. If not now, it'll be in Jan. We'll be like Van Dijk. He wants to find a reason to move so it doesn't feel bad. Exactly. And if they'd have not got Champions League, he'd have had that reason, wouldn't he? That's why I said, I've been saying to him all summer, if you don't get Champions League, Newcastle are absolutely, for sure, they would have lost him if they hadn't got Champions League. And they only ended up getting it by goal difference. So I think Isak knows, doesn't he? He knows, look, I'm not going to... Like, I love the club. I'm sure he loves the club. It's a great club. I like Newcastle. I like him. But what I'm saying is, there's no way if he's looking around, he's not going. There's no way I can challenge for the things I want to challenge for here. I am wasting, like, another 2 years of my career if I stay here. It's an absolute waste of time. The second half is off here in Slovakia for the quarter-final. Big second half. Denmark won, France won. Andrew honestly can't have Isak rumours for 2 months. Listen, it might go to the wire. It really might go to the wire. Jake, what you're saying, Key, is never going to happen, though. So when fans tell you it's not happening and you say you'll be surprised, it's you who's going to be heartbroken, matey. I'm not heartbroken about it. I've told you, I'm pretty relaxed, same as Liverpool. If we don't get him, we don't get him. I'm fine. I'd rather keep Darwin Núñez, in all honesty. But I think there's only 2 players we'd sell him for. And it seems like Liverpool are selling him. And it seems like Newcastle are also going for a striker, which I don't think they would go for if they were keeping Isak. I don't think they would be signing João Pedro for 60, 70 million or whatever it is you're getting him for if you're planning to keep Isak. No chance. You play with one centre forward. In what world are you signing Isak? Are you keeping Isak and signing João Pedro? No chance. Absolutely no chance. Gav, what Julian Alvarez, bro? He's class. I wish we bought him. Yeah, Alvarez is exceptional, isn't he? Love him. Would love him at Liverpool. Fernie, depends whether he's happy and settled in the northeast. I just think the players want more. Players want and aspire to more, especially at the top level. And he is a top level player, isn't he? Undeniably, he's a great player. Ilias, for Liverpool, which young players will shine in pre-season apart from the expected by Chetic and Doak? Well, I think Doak probably goes. I don't think he does stay. Same with Morton, but by Chetic, definitely. Obviously, you're going to look at Trey Nioni. You've got to look at Ngamoa as well. Ngamoa, Trey Nioni. I mean, Kumas as well. I'll be intrigued to see what happens with Kumas coming back from Stoke. He's doing really well. But yeah, intrigued to see what happens. Cheers for that. Thank you, Big Kizzer. Massive thank you for that. Big Kizzer, they want their money back for Isak. 80 million plus money for another player. Exactly. Yeah, and they will. They'll get big money. They will get big money. He's thinking he's 27. I'm not winning the Prem here. I'm not winning the Champions League here. This is my last hope to move. Absolutely bang on. You know it. Big Kizzer is bang on the money yet again. Liverpool should sign a Croatian lad. Big Kizzer Alvarez would be for the Jota replacement. He's better as a link-up striker than an outright striker. Alvarez would be incredible. He would be incredible. Jake, so which positions do Newcastle need to improve on then, Key? We was always going to get a striker. Why was you always going to get a striker when you only play with one striker? You play with one striker and you've got him. And you've got Asula as backup. Fair enough, you might need better than Asula, right? Maybe Asula goes out on loan and you get a backup striker. You don't get... João Pedro isn't going from Brighton to Newcastle to be a backup centre-forward. So where's he playing? Are you dropping one of the fabled midfield 3? One of the midfield 3 that you're telling me is the best midfield in the Premier League? Joe Linton, Tonali and Guimaraes. You're dropping one of them for João Pedro, are you? Get out of town. Honestly, talking out your arse. There's absolutely no way that Newcastle are signing for 60, 70 million quid a centre-forward to sit on the bench. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It's not happening. They might sign him if they know Isak's going. And I think that's telling you an awful lot. Back up for Wilson, mate. Denmark chance, it's 2 and Denmark have scored. Long throw in, get in there. It's a wonderful ball, long throw in, back Jensen with the throw, and it was just a bit of a scramble. They're all at sea at the back at France there. They're just all at sea. And Restes is screaming at his defence. He's saying, lads, come on, get it away. What are you doing? And who is it who nips in and gets this and just taps it in the bottom corner? Honestly, the ball just seemed to stop dead on the 6-yard line. It stopped dead on the 6-yard line, and I don't know who it is who actually runs in and taps this in. But it's the easiest goal he will ever score, that. Easiest goal he'll ever score. It's the number 6. I'll tell you who it is now. Who is the number 6? Sorensen. Oliver Sorensen of Midtjylland, yeah. He's one I signed on FIFA many, many moons ago, believe it or not. Andrew Wright, I do find it funny how all Premier League fans say Liverpool should sell to Real Madrid or Barcelona because they are the bigger club. But when Liverpool wants a player from smaller clubs, they shouldn't sell. Well, I mean, that's just the dynamic of football, isn't it? The bigger clubs tend to get the players from the lower teams, and that is how it is. It's no slight on Newcastle to say that Liverpool are a bigger club and a better team, and therefore competing for bigger things. I think it is a different thing with Trent and Real Madrid. Not to say Real Madrid are bigger than Liverpool, of course they are, but Real Madrid and Liverpool are competing for the same things. We're in the same competitions, and we are usually in and around the same stages of those competitions. We've met in the final twice in the last few years. Like, it's different, I think, for Trent Alexander-Arnold, whereas I think with Isak, I can understand why he would want to move on to a team that is genuinely going to offer him the chance to compete for these trophies. Newcastle can't do that and won't do that. And I would be honestly astonished. No slight on Newcastle. Again, many people have asked me, who would you support if Liverpool didn't exist? If the club didn't exist, which Premier League club do you like the most? I frequently say Newcastle. I like Newcastle. I've nothing against Newcastle. Great team, great club, no problem at all. Like Eddie Howe, love the way they play. It's a great style of football. Love St James's Park. Love it. No problem at all. However, I do think that Isak going, I would be astonished if you had any Newcastle fans seriously, like in their heart of hearts, seriously saying we can give Alexander Isak a challenge of the Premier League, and we can genuinely win the Premier League title next year. Seriously, does any Newcastle fans actually think that? Any Newcastle fans at all think that they're going to challenge for the Premier League title or challenge for the Champions League? Any of them next season? Because that to me is where the line is drawn, and that is why Isak would leave. That is why they would leave. Joe, 1 second, here we go. Big Kiz and I wanted Osimhen over anyone. It's just he has this Balotelli ego on his wages. I mean, there's no... here we go. France in. Chance for France. Cleared away. Good block. Very, very good block. This has already started well in this second half here. Very, very well. Big Kizzer, same as Gay. As much as Liverpool are high, he ain't moving if he isn't getting first team. I think Gay will come to Liverpool at some point. James Ansell, there's no real reason for him to go. As much as we know he could get more cups, but we don't know how Slot's going to be. I think he's going to think he's been lucky. Slot's been lucky. Didn't we have the league title wrapped up by, like, Christmas? And who's the favourite for the title next year? Again, I mean, I don't think anyone would expect anything other than Liverpool to be competing for the Premier League title. That's, like, the surprise would... I'm not saying Liverpool are definitely going to win it, by the way, James. Again, if you've been on the channel before, I've said quite a lot of times. I said City at the end of the season. I was asked who do you think's going to win it next season. I said before the summer starts, I actually think City might win it. I think Liverpool are going to change a lot next season. We're going to rebuild, and it's going to be... We'll still challenge. We'll still be there or thereabouts. But I think maybe City they'll get back amongst it. They're too good to stay away. So I'm not saying Liverpool are definitely going to win the league, but I'm saying Newcastle definitely won't challenge. That's what I'm saying. Unless we get a Leicester situation, Newcastle definitely will not challenge. Definitely. Gavs, you also have to take in the mate that Newcastle have mega rich owners, so don't really need to sell at any price, really. No, they do need to sell. They do need to sell. As soon as a player says he wants to go, they have to sell. Doesn't matter how much money they've got. They have to sell. It's silly not to sell, to be honest. It's counterproductive to the player and the rest of the club to keep him. Player says he wants to leave, player goes. That's literally... There's very rare occasions in football where that doesn't happen. If a player says he wants to leave, nearly always he goes. And that's what I'm saying needs to happen with Isak. If Isak says, I want to go, I've decided, I've had to think about it, I've loved my time here at Newcastle, but, I want to leave, I think it's time. Then, I want to go and challenge for the best honours. Newcastle can't do that right now, so I want to go and challenge for the best honours. At that point, the club have to sell him. They have to sell him. Gav, I reckon Newcastle would probably rather sell Bruno over Isak. Well, again, yeah, they might do. They might want to sell Kee and I over Isak, but if Isak wants to leave, then they've no choice. That's just a sad reality of football. That's not a Newcastle thing. That's football. It's player power. It happens all over the place. James Ansell, I'm a Newcastle fan. Yeah, I would have guessed that, James. I prefer you go and have Gordon because he's easier to replace. Again, I don't think we want Gordon, to be honest. Maybe we did want him a year ago, but I don't know if we want him anymore. I think Liverpool fans would rather keep Diaz than Gordon. But Isak, as you say, he's a rare commodity. He's one of those that I think Isak is incredibly... He's someone that I think could come to Liverpool and would almost secure the Premier League title for us before he kicks a ball. If Isak joins Liverpool, title's in the bag. Title is in the bag. Not even close. Jake, just imagine if Isak stays now, Kee, and you've said all this. What do you mean if I've said all this? Again, mate, I've not said I'll be heartbroken if they don't sell him. I've not said that I think Isak definitely will come. What I've said is if he pushes, he'll come. Liverpool will get him. If he pushes. If he doesn't push, he won't come. Simple. We'll keep Darwin Núñez or we'll go and get someone else. It's no problem. But Isak, I absolutely do believe that he wants to leave Newcastle. It's just whether or not he's got the balls to push. It's whether or not he's got the balls to go and say, I want to leave the club. That's what it's going to boil down to. And look, he did that at Sociedad. He did it at Dortmund. He did it at was he at Malmo as well. He's no reason to stay at Newcastle. He's no loyalty to Newcastle any more than anyone else, has he? Tyler, don't see us realistically getting Isak. It'd be so much money, although we're offloading a few lads. Yeah, we're offloading a lot. An awful lot. Kai, when England play in the semi-final, we play on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday against Netherlands on the... is it Wednesday? It's not Wednesday. I don't know why I'm saying Wednesday. It's the 25th, sorry. Is it Wednesday? What day is the 25th? Yes, Wednesday. Wednesday the 25th. That is when England play against the Netherlands, and we're live. Dylan, why would they want to leave? Because he would want to leave to win trophies, mate. That's it. We've just won one trophy and we're on the up. So do you think you're going to challenge for the Prem this season? That's the honest question. Do you think Newcastle are going to challenge for the Premier League title and the Champions League this season? Because if the answer's no, it's a yes or no question. If the answer's no, then that's why Isak's leaving. And the answer has to be no. If it's not no, and you think Newcastle are going to challenge for the league this season, then with the greatest of respect, I would argue you're delusional. Denmark are in here. Ooh, claim for a penalty. It's going to be a corner. Did our owners finally find their wallet? How have we signed Wirtz for 150 million? It feels unreal. We'd not signed him for 150 million. We've signed him for 100, which is less than Pogba. It's the going rate for a decent player nowadays. So yeah, 100 million is not bad at all. Joe, we're only going to get better, mate, after last season. I can see us being FA Cup winners this season. Why would you say that, though? Because last time you was in Europe, you didn't qualify for Europe the year after. You struggled playing 2 games a week. And that, listen, you only, playing 1 game a week, you only just, very nearly 3-1 Denmark. Playing 1 game a week, you only qualified for the Champions League this year based on goal difference. You needed goal difference to qualify for the Champions League this year. on the final day. And if the referee had done his job at Old Trafford, you wouldn't have qualified for that. So, again, you've got to look at it and say, if Newcastle are going to struggle with 2 games a week, or 3 games a week, it's going to be very difficult for them. They haven't got the squad for it, really. It's an adaptation that when they last qualified for the Champions League, they weren't able to replicate. They found it really difficult. And Villa found it really difficult last season, and that's maybe why they didn't make it in the end. They just fell away towards the end of the season. And I think we're going to see something similar with Newcastle. It's really, really common, European hangover. Newcastle will probably have some amazing nights in the Champions League. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Some big nights at St James's Park, and then they'll come back and then they'll struggle in the league against Palace and Wolves and Brentford and that all sort of stuff. That's what'll happen. Asula's coming off now for Conrad Harder. So there you go, with the Newcastle theme continuing. Tyler Hayes, why can't Newcastle be up there next season? Potentially the best midfield in the league last year with a brilliant attack. They just need to strengthen at the back. When you say strengthen at the back, they need a goalkeeper, they need 2 new centre-backs. I think they probably need something beyond that midfield 3 because they can't play all season. Otherwise, they end up putting Lewis Miley and Longstaff in there. They need at least 2 players in the front 3. At least a winger on both sides because Harvey Barnes and Murphy are not good enough to win Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. They're nowhere near it. So you're talking in total, goalkeeper, 2 centre-backs, probably a midfielder at least, and 2 wide players. At the absolute bare minimum, Newcastle needs 6 or 7 players. And they have to be all very, very good, by the way. Not just 6 or 7, bring them in and see how they get on. 6 or 7 exceptional players that they recruit very well, and they adapt, and they take to the first team like a duck to water. And then maybe they could challenge for the Premier League. But they're miles off it. They're absolutely miles off it. And by the way, the keeper, the challenge they're going for, Trafford, can't even get in the England squad. You know, there's question marks over him. So the types of players that Newcastle are going for are a concern. And they will be to Isak as well. I think if Newcastle were like, right, because this is how I think they could keep Isak. If Newcastle were like linked with like, I don't know, Barcola or, you know, some proper top young players who they're back in Europe, you know, want to go and get really, really good quality young players. And Burmo's knocked them back. And Burmo said no chance. I'm not coming. He's chosen Man United over him. So that was a big blow to Newcastle. Gay looks like he's about to do the same. Gay was a target, now he's on about going to Liverpool. So Isak's not going to be immune to this. Isak's agent will be looking at this and going, right, okay, hang on a minute. If we'd have gotten Burmo, we'd have got Gay, fair enough, 2 top players there. But they're telling us on our bike. So, you know, what? Who are we going for now, lads? It just feels like it's all a little bit higgledy-piggledy at Newcastle, to be honest. Joe, what's wrong with Burn and Shah? Absolutely immense against Hughes last season. Yet Burn and Shah are not Champions League defenders, mate. Again, love Dan Burn. Love him. I love Fabian Schär. Again, great player. But, newsflash, they are not Champions League or Premier League winning defenders. And that loyalty will absolutely destroy you. They are not. They should be no more than backup. And if I'm dead honest, Botman, as good as he is when he's fit, or as good as he was when he's fit, he's not really anymore, is he? As good as he was when he's fit, you've got to move him on. You've got to move Botman on, and you've got to have Dan Burn and Shah as your backups. Or put Dan Burn over to left wing back, left full back, and bring 2 new centre-backs in. That is what Newcastle should have been doing. That is absolutely what Newcastle should have been doing. Suli, I don't watch the under-21s. Is this considered an upset if Denmark wins? Absolutely, it's considered an upset. And it's, you know, again, we've been talking about it on this channel. I said I felt like Denmark were a real. They had a chance in this one. France is the one that everyone's been expecting to win. I think you could have got 3.5 to 1 for Denmark to qualify, but yeah, they've been great, really, really talented. And this lad on the ball, he's only just come off the bench, Conrad Harder. If I was going to sign anyone from Sporting Lisbon, it wouldn't be Gyökeres. It'd be him. Absolutely brilliant. Jack Willis, there's some proper players in this game. Absolutely. Steve Bolton, to be fair, Newcastle's best signings of recent years came out of nowhere, like Tonali and Isak. Not paying much attention to speculation. Secret Eyes, do you think France is going into the next round? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. James Ansell, we haven't added any signs for the last 3 seasons. They're the reason we have been struggling. But as much as I know we haven't signed up yet, I know it's going to be a big signing season. Time will tell. Yeah, time will tell, James. Like I say, I kind of hope for your sakes that it is. I would like to see, in an ideal world, Newcastle in the top. Listen, if you're asking me now, would I rather see Newcastle or Chelsea? Or even Newcastle or City? I would much rather Newcastle be in the top 5 in the Champions League places. I would much rather it. I like Newcastle. You are the lesser of many other evils with Chelsea and City for sure. And United as well. I'd much rather see Newcastle in there. Gav, you can't really moan about Newcastle, really, because they're doing things the correct way with their money, unlike City. Well, they're watching City, aren't they? They're watching City. They're not... I don't necessarily think they're doing things the correct way because they're like an honourable club or an honourable bunch of guys and they're trying to do things the right old way. It's nothing like that. They're looking at City, aren't they? Honestly, everything that the Premier League is doing with Manchester City, they're looking at and they're going, right, okay, just note that down. Okay, yeah, and it's fine. The Premier said that's okay, so we can do that. And I'm telling you, as soon as there's any outcome in that Manchester City case, Newcastle will be the first ones to break the rules. Harder with a free kick. Oh, cleared away. We are not evil, bro. You are the old evil axis, though, with Abramovich. Again, you and City should be in mid-table, if not for the oil-rich owners that you got. You would be nowhere near it. Absolutely nowhere near it. Jack Bayoar for France should be playing. I don't know who that is. Lisha, Kee, a bit of a change up. What's for dinner tonight? So I can smell, I think it downstairs, I think, is being lovingly prepared for me. Some sort of a sweet and sour stir fry, sweet and sour pork, I think, stir fry. So that's what I'm having. But I've got like a half an hour window. So as soon as this game finishes, I mean, if this game goes to extra time, I'm not eating tonight. I have no tea. That's the reality, because I'm not about to turn this channel into a mukbang. So I've got this being prepared downstairs. As soon as this game finishes, I've got half an hour to like scram me tea, and then back upstairs for Germany against Italy. So that's the plan. Jatin Chowdhury, who will win, bro? Who will win? I think Denmark will win. I'm going to stick with Denmark. I said it before the game. I still think France have got time to maybe get one back. But yeah, Denmark have looked really, really good today. They've looked really, really good, and they've deserved to be ahead. Chimey, I want to place a bet. Chimey had to dip to place a new bet. So disappointed by France. They have been poor. They've been very poor. And do you know what though, mate? We watched the first game, didn't we? We watched the first game against Portugal. France under-21s against Portugal under-21s. And they were crap in that one, France. They were awful. France with a shot from distance here. Cleared away. Much better. Tveskag. Tveskag. Am I saying that right? I don't want to mispronounce your name, mate. I'm sorry. Is it Tveskag? Hjulmand would be the Danish pick from Sporting. I like Hjulmand, but I like Harder as well. I like Conrad Harder. Really talented young player. I mean, Diamand as well. Diamand, obviously Palace are looking at Diamand, aren't they? This year, why not bring the food upstairs? Just because I don't want to eat on camera. It'll be like a full-on... Is it called a mukbang, isn't it? Where they eat on camera. That's not me. Jatin Chowdhury, could France come back for a point? Yeah, absolutely. They've got a corner now. So it's always a chance for France to equalise. But yeah, something telling me, I don't know, just a feeling right here. I think that Denmark are going to win it. Jack Willis, who from France would you sign? Cisse is not a bad little player. Yeah, he's had a great tournament. He scored 4, so he's joint top scorer from midfield for France as well. But I would still say Castello Lukaber, who is the centre-back for France from RB Leipzig. Incredible player. Very, very talented. Maybe the closest thing I've seen to Ibrahima Konate. Exceptional player. Adama, how are you, buddy? Are you doing the real game? No, mate, I'm not doing the real game. I am doing the Germany under-21s against Italy game. And yes, I am very good, thank you. Sorry, I forgot your earlier message got lost in the swarms of other comments that we've had. So a massive thank you to people who have commented. I will get through to them. But yeah, I am really good, mate. Hope you're doing well as well, Adama. James, Liverpool could have gone and got Sandro Tonali a couple of seasons before that. You didn't, would have been a massive up mid defender. Sandro Tonali's a good player too, yeah. Very good player, no problem with him. Good player. Jack Willis, he says quite good. He plays for Rennes. Eliora, Key, since you watch a lot of footy, who's one young talent you think will explode in the next 2 years and will be amazing? I'll tell you the one that I keep saying every we've watched a lot of the under-21s, of course, but those are already kind of on everyone's radar. There's not really many in this tournament that people don't already half know about, I guess. So the ones that many people... Oh, it's in. It's 2-2. And that is so lucky. It's Matthijs Tel. It's 2-2. It was... Do you know what? It was a long ball. As I was watching the game, I was talking to you. It was a long ball across the pitch. And it was going out of play. It was going out of play. And all the players stopped. It hits the corner flag. It hit the corner flag and bounced back in. And the France player didn't give it up. The Denmark player back, he gave it up. But Le Pennon didn't give it up. He picked it up. Bounced off the corner flag, it stays in play, and he turns and lifts a lovely little floated ball over to the far post, and Matthijs Tel has got the easiest goal you're ever likely to see. Tap in at the far post with a header. 2-2. There you go. We said France might get one back, and they have done, but very lucky. Very lucky. Eliora, sorry, coming back to it. Eliora, what player would I say? Whoa, VAR check. Why is there a VAR check? What's wrong with that? Why is there a VAR check? Might be a VAR check here. Little VAR check. Referee's giving it that. He's just checking. Just wait a minute. Just wait. VAR check. I don't know why. He's still checking. This could be ruled out. It's going to be ruled out. It's VAR. It's offside. It's ruled out. No goal. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Well, listen, we knew this game was going to produce drama and action, and there you go. Denmark 2, France 1. Goal's been ruled out. Matthijs Tel, it's been ruled out. 2-1. Man United have made a bid for Saka. What was I going to say about... Yes, the player in the under-19s, Saeed El Mala. Yeah, have a look at Saeed El Mala. He's the player that I would say, if there is going to be one that blows up in the next sort of 2 years, and everyone knows about 2 years, it'll be Saeed El Mala from Cologne. Watch out for him. Yeah, there you go, Eliora. I've done it now. I've done it. That's my answer to the question. If there is going to be a player that absolutely... Yeah, like you said, blows up in the next 2 years, it would be Saeed El Mala, Germany under-19s. He's been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. He's been the star of the tournament as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely fantastic. We're watching him tomorrow night. If you want to watch him, come and watch him. Spain under-19s against Germany under-19s in the under-19 championship semi-final. It's tomorrow at 4 p.m. kickoff. I'm live from 3. So come and join me tomorrow. You can get over to YouTube and go and have a look at it. Get yourself the notifications bell on, get subscribed. We're live every single day on this channel, as you know. And after that, we've got the other semi-final in the under-19s, which is Netherlands against the hosts, Romania. But yeah. Eliora, would you profile him close to Musiala? Would I say he's not really like Musiala? No. He's not really that sort of player. He's a little bit more... Who would I say he's like? He's a little bit... I mean, there's not too many German players I would say he is like. He doesn't... Like, German-wide players are almost a little bit a little bit different. He's a little bit Wirtz. There's a little bit more of the Wirtz about him than there is the Musiala. He kind of reminds me a bit of Robben. I know that's Dutch. It's a different thing. He's a little bit. There's a little bit of the Iron Robbins about him. Picks the ball up on the left-hand side and just cuts in. He's so good at cutting in on that left-hand side. And do you know what? And I would also say that left wing, in European football, left wing, there's not a lot of talent coming through. Like, there's not a lot of great young left wing players. On the right, it's overstocked, isn't it? There's Yamal, there's Saka, there's lots of good right wingers. Not too many on the left, it feels like. So, I think he could be one to watch. Saeed El Mala. Someone will come and pick him up in a couple of years. Maybe even this year. Wouldn't surprise me after this tournament. Wouldn't surprise me at all. France coming forward again, trying to get themselves back into this. They've had a goal maybe harshly ruled out, but they were offside in the end. Adama, your voice is Peter Kay to a T, my mate. Cheers, man. Try not to make it. I'm not trying. He's not. Peter Kay's Bolton. I'm nowhere near Bolton. Yahel Giz, goal or no goal? It was no goal. Ruled out. No goal. So it's 2-1. Denmark still winning. James Ansell, I want them to do wellness, not because it just as Osula. I really like this team. Oh, you want Denmark to do well because of Osula? Yeah. Yeah, no, he's done well, Osula. He's off the pitch now. He came off for Conrad Harder, but he's had a very good tournament, Will Osula. Eliora, do you think he will hit the Lamine Yamal ceiling? No, I'm not sure he's that good. Yamal's he's a once in a generation, isn't he? Lamine Yamal. You know, Messi, I don't think he's quite as good as Messi, but yeah, there's not going to be too many others that you can quite happily say are going to reach the levels that Lamine Yamal already has at 17. Yildiz has just scored again for Juventus. They're now 3-1 up against Wydad. Here's Denmark. It's gone behind. It's going to be a corner kick. And again, by the way, if you haven't already, while you're on YouTube, please do click like and subscribe. We're just waiting for the corner kick to be taken. Please click like, please click subscribe. It means nothing at all to you, but massive, massive help to me. Click the like button and the subscribe button. If you're on TikTok, get over to YouTube. Go and search Premier League Dad. We're live every single day. Doing watch-alongs from around the world. They've got the Under-19s and the Under-21s championships, the Club World Cup. All the qualifiers start soon as well for the Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League. So club football is back within the next few weeks. It really is. And we're live every single day covering them. So yeah, come and check it out. Go and have a look on YouTube. You can see the full schedule that is coming up. First competitive game I think we're doing on the channel is going to be the Community Shield. Liverpool against Palace, and then not long after that Spurs and PSG in the Super Cup final as well. James, by the way, I meant Denmark. I really like this team. Yeah, Denmark have been really, really good. Really, really good. Right, let's get a poll up on the live on YouTube. So if you're going to check it out, we'll have a poll up on YouTube, and we'll do answer me this question: who do we think wins the Under-21 tournament? Right. So let's put that to the test. Who wins the UEFA Under-21 championships? So it's a straight shot between Germany, England, Netherlands, France, cleared away, shot by Barry, unlucky. Italy, under-21s, and I guess we'd have to put in. Oh no, that's it. That's it. There you go. So we're not going to have It's gonna. We can't have him. We can't have him. It's we can't do that poll. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Germany, England, Netherlands, Italy. In fact, you know what? We'll just do that then. Germany or Italy under 21s, England, Netherlands, or France. Right, there you go. Start poll. Let's try that. Who wins? You've got multiple options, but we can only really do 4, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, go and choose in the poll. Go and vote in the poll and let me know who you think actually wins this tournament. There's still 6 teams left in it. Albeit France might be about to head out. France might be heading out. Surely, is there no FA Cup on BBC and ITV next season? Apparently it's back to TNT. I don't know. I've not heard that, actually. That's a really good question. No, I'm not sure, mate. I've not heard. James Ansell, if Tino is in the final, it'll be England, maybe. Yeah, okay. Lots of people thinking it's going to be England. There's a little water break going on here. We're in the last 10 minutes, of course. Chimey, when did Portugal got knocked out? They got knocked out last night, mate. Yeah, it was Portugal have been the overwhelming favourites for this entire tournament, and they've had Quenda and Roger Fernandez up front, absolutely unbelievable, tearing the tournament up. And then 30 minutes in yesterday, or it wasn't even 30, I think it was 20 minutes in yesterday, Van Bommel gets sent off for the Netherlands, right? So it's 0-0. Netherlands go down to 10 men after 20 minutes. 30 minutes, Portugal get a penalty. Quenda steps up and misses it. And then in the 90th minute, Poku scores for Netherlands. 10 men win it. 1-0 in the end. It was a wonderful game. 1-0 to the Netherlands. Netherlands go through. And Portugal, the favourites, went out. Crashed out. Christopher Dinney, are you doing FC Midtjylland against Hibs? I assume that's Hibs. Yeah, I mean we could do. I'll have a look and see what the schedule looks like. But I'm game for that. That sounds like a cool game to do. Midtjylland against Hibs. Jaden, Newcastle rumoured with Jack Grealish, Sam Maximan, João Pedro, and Elanga. Grealish to Newcastle. Grealish to Newcastle. Would that work? Do you think that'd be a good signing for Newcastle? I'm not sure it would. You know. Joan Garcia's already gone to Newcastle, to Barcelona though, Jaden. João Pedro, Simakan. Yeah, Simakan would be an interesting choice. If you went and got Simakan and he started more often, I think that would be a decent one. The Candy Zone. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. Welcome back. France pushing forward here, cleared away. Denmark, they're all over him. Denmark here, they're all over him. Right, there you go. I was just syncing the clock back up. Chimey, well, it has to be Germany or the Dutch. France are in here down the right-hand side. Chance must be. Tierno Barry misses it on the line. Christ, no wonder he's getting linked with Everton. He's missing sitters already. He can play for Everton, him, can't he? He can play for Everton if he's missing chances like that. And look, to be fair, I think it was just a little bit too high for him. But it was literally on the goal line. On the goal line is all he had to do was get a touch. James Ansell, no Grealish. His behaviour is horrible. Don't want Grealish at Newcastle then, James. Okay. Christopher Dinney, is it Europa League qualification? Yeah, let's have a look and see when that is actually. When is that? Midtjylland, Hibernian. When do they play them? 24th of July and 31st of July. Okay, I will give you my promise, mate, that we'll do that one. I'll happily do them games. They seem like they seem like cool games to do. Yeah, let's do them. Why not? 24th of July, 31st of July. We'll do the first and the second leg of Midtjylland Hibs. Let's do it. Sully, I predict Netherlands to win it. Oh, what a goal! 2-2. 2-2. No, it's all kicking off. It's Quentin Merlan. Now, I tell you what, this is another player we need to be watching out for. He's had an absolute stormer of a season in France for Marseille. He was great at Nantes as well when he was a bit younger, but he's gone to Marseille, started playing really well. Ball comes back out to him here, left-footed, drills it, top corner. Oh, that's a wonderful finish. 25 yards out, absolute rasper into the top corner from Quentin Merlin. Oh, that's a great goal. That is an absolutely wonderful goal. And it's 2-2. And this one probably is going to go the distance now, isn't it? If there's not an extra goal in this in the next 10 minutes, I'm not having any tea tonight. It's probably the best for the old belly, mind. But I could do with some tea. I've not eaten. KD Dolly, France. Hey, France are in the ascendancy now. I kind of feel sorry for Denmark. France have got them where they want them right now. All of the momentum with France. Chatting, who will win now, bro? Or it's a draw? Well, it's 2-2, but we're going into the last 5 minutes. And I feel like France are pushing forward here, Jatin. This could be an opportunity to France to win it. Tell with a shot. He's done it. It's 3-2. France have pinched it. Oh, my God. It's Matthijs Tell. He had it ruled out earlier, but I don't think he's going to get this one ruled out. Ball gets played out to him on the left-hand side. Just drops a shoulder, cuts in on his right foot, curls it into that far corner. No chance for the keeper. And Denmark, Denmark, I feel so sorry for him. They've had a perfect game, an absolutely perfect game, really. And, it's been such a disappointment. He's onside, there's no problem at all. Matthijs Tell picks it up, couple of touches, and curls it. That's almost Thierry Henry-esque from Matthijs Tell. Keeper maybe should do a bit better there. Keeper should maybe do a touch better. But there you go. Now, why is there a goal check? There's another VAR check here. Another potential VAR check. This one could get ruled out again. What's he checking for? Surely there's no issue with this one. Surely there's no issue with this one. Check over. There you go. Goal stands. Goal stands. Denmark 2, France 3. There's no check. There's no thingy. It all stands. And there you go. Denmark 2, France 3. James, who got the best goal difference? Best goal difference? I don't know. It doesn't really matter now because it's knockout stages. Jaime, let's go France. Right, Noah Nati off, Chukwani on. Spencer Richardson, I had France on team to win and beat ETS. Thought it was out the window. Well, you've got it, mate. You've done it. Right at the death. It's been a great game, this, hasn't it? It's been a wonderful game to watch. Really, really good game to watch. You love to see it. Good play by Luke Caber there. H, score. It's Denmark 2, France 3. Sully, surely not another comeback, is it? Honestly, we need to be renaming this channel. I need to rename this channel the Comeback Channel. Because every single game we do, we was watching the other day, Germany 5-1 up against England, finished 5-all. You know, Spain against Romania. Spain against Romania was 1-0 to Romania for pretty much all the game. And Spain nick it in the last minute, 2-1. There's loads of games we've done on this channel where it's just comebacks all over the place. Comebacks galore. And there could be another one, to be honest. Denmark are going to push up the other end now and try and nick it. Razine, how are you, mate? Ready for the hate watch? I hope Pachuca could pull off a shocker like Botafogo on PSG. So, yeah, nice. We're not going to watch that one, mate. We're watching Germany against Italy, under 21s. But let us know how they get on. Good to have you in the chat, as always, Razine. Sully, you can't rule Denmark out in this one. Christopher Dinny, 3-1 to Juventus. Yep. Wydad getting beat 3-1 by Juve. Yildiz with a couple of goals in that one. Here's France coming forward. Again, ball played out to Matthijs Tell on that left-hand side. I think he's just going to slow it down. Or he should slow it down. He's put a cross into the box. Silly play, really, from him. Keep hold of it. Keep hold of it now. Game management, France. Game management. That's better. That's wonderful defending. Really, really smart defending at the back. Jaden also rumoured with Kwanzaa and Lucas Chevalier. Well, Kwanzaa's already gone to Leverkusen. So, yeah, Kwanzaa's gone to Leverkusen. There's no way at all that Newcastle are signing Kwanzaa. But Lucas Chevalier, maybe. Yeah, Lucas Chevalier, you possibly could. You do need a goalkeeper. And Chevalier would be a decent one if you could get him. France in down the left-hand side. Oh, unlucky. They're all down that left-hand side. It's all down that left-hand side. Abline has come on. He's causing problems. Barry as well. Feels so mad saying Barry for France. The striker, Barry. Long ball forward here. Too easy for Denmark. Too easy for France, really. It's gone straight through to the goalkeeper. And France quite happy to waste time now. Quite happy. We're into the last minute of normal time in this one. Final minute. Razine, I hate the Club World Cup game times because the game 3, 4 are times that are unwatchable on weekdays because of work. I can't believe I'm missing the Miami Palmeiras game because of the timing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I know you would have liked to watch your old idol, Lionel Messi. What about that free kick the other night for Inter Miami? That was a wonderful game, wasn't it? Denmark in down the left-hand side. Far too easy yet again. Ball comes back into the box. Cleared away. And again, France now on the counter-attack here. This is great play on the counter. France have got 4-on-2 here if they get it right. 4-on-2, maybe. Too easy. Cleared away. James Ansell, my main pick would have been Garcia, but he's already gone to Barca. Very annoyed they've gone that quickly on him. So who would be your number 2 then, James? Obviously, Trafford is the one heavily linked with Newcastle, but feels like maybe that one's fallen away a bit. Maybe that Burnley are demanding a bit too much money for him. So who else do you think Newcastle could go for? Okay, long ball again. Wonderful. Mokro, how many added minutes? It's 6 added minutes. 6 minutes of added on time, and we are 30 seconds into them. Again, I'm not telling you, but if you do want to go and check it out on YouTube, we've got a live scoreboard, a live clock, and we've got everything on there. So if you want to go and check out on YouTube, better camera angle as well, better mic, better audio quality. If you do want to go and check us out on YouTube, you can do so. Premier League Dad, we're live again for the next Under-21s quarter-final, Germany and Italy. Plus, we do live football every single day on this channel. So a massive, massive thank you to those that have subscribed already. James, I'm unsure. James Trafford won't be my pick. I want someone that's had experience at the top level spot. That's low 20s. Right. I don't know who you're going to get. This is the problem. I really thought you would have gone and got Kelleher. I'm amazed that Newcastle didn't make a bigger play for Quivine Kelleher. Honestly, I think Kelleher would have been a fabulous person for Newcastle to go and get. And, you know, if you'd have got him for less than 20 million, 20 million quid for Kelleher would have been a steal, an absolute steal. Suli and Mbappe to Newcastle, here we go. H, I'm from Indonesia. Nice. Lovely part of the world. Into the last 2 minutes. Jaden, what about Pancho? What about Pancho? What about Pancho? Pancho? Oh, you know about Pacho? Sorry, I didn't know if you were on about Jonathan Panzo. But he's not maybe the right player. But yeah, Pacho as in Pacho from PSG. I'm going to sign Pacho. H, you are from? I am from England. Razine, what's your take on Jamal's situation out of football? It's fully his right. His parents have no problem with that. And the adult star case is as fake as well. She was clearly trying to ruin his career. Mate, I'll be honest, I haven't really read up on it. To me, it's all footballers and who they go with. I mean, that's... Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really got an opinion on it. Jatin Chowdhury, which next match will you cover? We are live for Germany Under-21s against Italy under-21s, which is the next quarter-final in this tournament. So England against Netherlands is the semi-final. We're live for that on Wednesday. It looks like France are about to go through here, and they will face the winner of Germany against Italy. That is the next game that's on. It's on Channel 4. I'll be watching that straight after this one. So as soon as this game ends, I'll be ending the live and then restarting the live for Germany against Italy in about maybe 15 minutes or so. So if you want to stay around for that, make sure you've clicked up here on TikTok. Make sure you've liked and subscribed on YouTube if you're watching. Get to YouTube, Premier League Dad. We're live every single day. Live every single day watching Premier League. Well, watching football games, not Premier League games. We watch football games on this channel. Every single day we do a watch along from around the world. At least one. Sometimes 2, 3 and 4. But the vast majority, it's at least one. Eliora or Kabasi. Kabasi's not going to Newcastle. Sebastian, what do you think of Bischoff from Denmark? He scored a wonderful goal today. He hasn't really influenced the game all that much since then, but he's been very, very good in the sort of key moments in and around the box. So it's been a bit of a difficult game for Denmark. It's been very defensive since they scored the opener. But yeah, he's done all right. Jaden Kabasi's not going to Newcastle. Yeah, Eliora. Imagine being named Ryan Messi. That's some pressure he must have. H, the score is Denmark 2, France 3. Into the last 60 seconds here. James, it'll be very funny if Yamal went to City, but I can see it happening. Do you think so? Yamal to City? I can't see Yamal ever leaving Barca, to be honest. Razine, underrated take. Firmin is a world-class player. He needs more game time to improve. Teams like City is perfect for him. They got Cherky and he wasn't established as well, and we aren't willing to sell. Fair enough. Well, here we go. Denmark. Oh, they've given a foul throw to Denmark, have they? No. What's happened? What's going on? What's the ref doing here? No, he's asked him to go back. How many minutes has it been? There's 40 seconds left, H. James, Barcelona struggling with money. They would likely have to sell him. Maybe. Maybe they do, yeah. Wouldn't be surprising. That's a foul, ref, surely. Is it a foul? It is a foul. It's a chance for Denmark here. Chance for Denmark to put a ball into the box. 20 seconds left. Could we get a late maybe equalizer? Silly that from Tierno Barry. Very silly. Final 20 seconds. Goalkeepers come forward as well here. Goalkeepers come forward. Floated in. Chance. It's going to be behind. It's going to be another. It's going to be a corner. It was a free kick. It's got knocked out over the far side. It's going to be a corner. Keeper's staying forward for this one. This is it for Denmark. They've got to score from this corner or the game is done. It's got to be a goal here. Got to be a goal. Corner about to be whipped in. We're over the 6 minutes of added time. Knocked away. There's going to have to be a shot from distance, and it's so bad. It's into the stands, and that is going to be it. There you go. France are through. Denmark under-21s 2. France 3. I don't think that's... I mean, look, the keeper's... Yeah, he's just distraught, to be honest. But there you go. We've finished. Denmark 2, France 3. What a wonderful game that was. I really enjoyed that. Really liked that. Is it finished? Yes, it is finished. It is finished. What a game it was as well. Massive, massive thank you to everyone that has liked and subscribed. If you are sticking around, please make sure you do click follow up here on TikTok. Please make sure you've liked and subscribed on YouTube. I am going to be live again in about 15-20 minutes or so, there or thereabouts, for Germany under-21s against Italy under-21s. Ben, he's not finished. He's only 28. I'll see you all in about 20 minutes or so. 20 minutes, 30 minutes for Germany against Italy. Take it easy. Enjoy whatever you're doing with your Sunday night.